Okay. Hi, Felicia. Felicia, can you hear me? Okay, and you, okay. Okay, great. Anyone else? Hi. Hi, Donna. How you doing?
You know me very well,
Yes,
right?
of course. Yes, yes.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Why bad?
I don't know.
Yeah, everything is good.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Well, thank you.
Very busy, but good.
Very busy. Yes, they are everyone. It's life in general.
Yes. Okay. How is the team project is going?
We're done. We're done. We're ready to submit.
Great.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
wonderful.
done.
That's great.
It was one of,
Congratulations.
thank you. It was one of our teams who members. I'm not sure what happened with her. We tried to contact her for the peer evaluation. I don't think it's going to be any input because all four of us were kind of, it was a question mark as to whether she was active. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened to her, unfortunately.
So please give her a number. So don't put a quotation mark and put it in my side, because the quotation mark, it means I don't know.
Okay.
But for example, a number, it means, okay, this is my judgment based on the performance.
Okay.
And the best performance is 100 and the worst performance is 0, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So you can consider a category and then go ahead with that. So then because I announced in the class that I need at least 50% as a contribution. Otherwise, you cannot receive any grade.
Drive your car with the door.
Okay. I see still people coming. Hi. Who is just join us? I have someone. I have. Okay. Hi, Janelle. Hi, Felicia. I have someone on the phone. Who is that? Is it Felicia coming with a phone and telephone and then? Okay, or someone else. I can wait. Can we wait 1 minute more and then start? Okay.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Is it okay with you, Dana? Okay. Okay, and okay, this is 5:01 and we can start. Hopefully other people join us. Finally, this is, okay, let me start. I think it's recording, right? Okay, it's recording. And let me share my screen and see, this is the final exam. Share. Can you see my screen now? Okay. Finally, we are here, the final exam. And the final exam is very simple because you already work with the weekly exercise. Weekly exercises, it was 5, and the final exam is only 6. The last question is descriptive questions, and so I don't expect to see a very long response to that question. Very short, briefly. There's a 5 question here. Very short, all of them not more than 1 pages, all of them. So 2 or 3 lines for each section is enough. 2 or 3 lines for each question. Okay, this is for this discussion question. So then let's go to okay, Jana, can I ask? Okay, let me mute everyone.
Yes, I'm sorry. Give me one second.
No, that's completely fine because you informed me before. So if you just mute that, this is fine. So we are recording this.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's me. Sure. Okay, great. Okay. Okay, this is the final exam question. Questions. Actually, there's more than 1 question. 5 questions. Exactly similar to the weekly exercises. with different data set. This is really important point. First thing first. First things, so make sure to download everything from the class. Let me go to the class and show you which of them you should download. Can you see my class now? Can you see the class? No?
Still seeing final exam.
No,
Okay.
just, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me go to the stop sharing and share the class. So you see the class now, right? You see the class.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Go to the content, go to the week 8. This is week 8, and this is the final exam, right?
Professor, I'm sorry, I didn't go into week 8. I went into the final exam under it.
Oh, that's possible to go. That's fine. So you can
Okay.
go. You can, as long
Okay.
as you are here and you can
Yeah.
see these 4 main items here, you are in the final exam.
Okay.
The final exam question, this was a question I was presenting. The final exam data and the final exam RStudio, if you are working with Deepler package, if for any reason you cannot work a Deepler package, so we can download a second set of codes, no Deepler package codes. And for the Excel users, all the function you have been used for the Excel is the same function. So basically we changed the data sets. We didn't change the name of variables, we didn't change. So you don't need to change the function in Excel. You don't need to change the variable's name. You just need to change the data set. This is for Excel users, so it's easier for a student who has chosen to use RStudio because everything is here to go. Okay, then let's go back to, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. And
you're still under the class though.
Okay, let me stop sharing and back to the questions. Okay, this is the questions. The first question asks you to compare the 18 variables between 2011 and 2012. So we have a different, it was similar to teaching and non-teaching in the exercise. So here we have 11 and 2012. So as I mentioned earlier, it is important to know that the final exam data set has only 2,000 observations. So make sure whenever you're running the code, make sure you have only 2,000 observations, not more than that. Okay, the first question has 3 sub-questions in terms of the hospital characters. What is the significant difference between 2011 and 12 in terms of socio-economic variable? What is the differences? Per cap, I believe I already generated per capita hospital beds, so you don't need to generate this. Based on the finding, which just has a better performance. Okay, as you know, for this question, you need to run the codes and then look at reported number of observation, mean standard deviation for 2011, the same for 2012, and then look at the p-value to compare 2011 with 2012, because we have 2 population here. The 2011 is 1 population, 2012 is 2nd population, so the best fit test is a t-test. And we are using unequal t-test. The differences between equal t-test and unequal t-test is observation, because the unequal t-test run 2 population without considering number of observation. Equal t-test use the t-test compare the means between 2 population with similar observation. So if you have 1 population, for example, if you want to run the t-test here with 2011, 2012, and you have, for example, 800 observation in 2011 and 1200 in 2012, the equal t-test will be remove 400 observation and then make them similar to run. So we are using the unequal t-test. By default, the Welch sample t-test that we are using in RStudio perform the unequal t-test. In terms of socioeconomic variable, what's the main significant difference? The significant differences happen when a p-value is less than 0.05, less than 5%. 5% is 0.05. If any of the p-value for all of these variables from 11 till 13 is less than 0.05, then that's a significant differences. If any of them is more than 0.05, there is no significant difference. The same for the part B. What the difference is, look at this and say if there's any differences, you can say, I don't expect any differences for the socioeconomic variable. And I was sure I fixed this. Hopefully you don't have this typo here. Socio is a bit absence of O, the end. Okay, based on your findings, in which year hospital had better performance? Okay, how performance related to hospital characteristics and socioeconomic characteristics? Please write at least 3 main differences. Okay, again here, the difference is back to the p-value. If the p-value is less than 0.05, you can say, okay, this hospital has these variables are significant different, and then look at the mean. So if, for example, if the hospital bed in 2011 is 100, and the hospital mean in 2012 is 115, I'm just making some number, there's not real numbers. And the p-value is 0.04, then you can say, okay, that means that there's a significant difference, and then the hospital in 2012 has a higher bed because this is the mean. The same, for example, for any other variables. So this is the first question. I will go through the question and then back to the RStudio to run everything. This is the first question. The second question here, comparing for-profit and non-for-profit hospitals. There is a 6th question here. Compare the following information between for-profit and non-for-profit. Okay, this is the populating table. So as long as you populate the table, you answer this question. What are the main significant differences between for-profit and non-for-profit? Which test is the best fit test and why? I already explained that, right? So because there's a 2 population, the best fit test is the t-test, and we are using unequal t-test. You need to mention that. And why this is important? Because we have 2 population, and why we are using the unequal t-test, because there is a different observation between for-profit and non-for-profit hospitals. Use a box plot and compare hospital net benefit between for-profit and non-for-profit. So you should report a box plot here. So, but to, okay, there's no, is there any question for, I didn't ask, I just asked only report the box plot. So there is no other question to discussion for this. I show another scatter plot and compare hospital cost, x-axis, and hospital revenue, y-axis, and discuss your findings. Okay, this is new. We never discussed about the scatter plot in the class. The scatter plot for each point in the y-axis, you have an equal point in the x-axis. So basically, if whenever you have, if you can just draw 45-degree lines, I will show you if you can draw 40 line. The RStudio will not do that. Actually, I didn't ask RStudio to do that. But if you look at the hospital cost and revenue, and if you imaginary think about a 45-degree line, and if the cost and revenue distributed equally between this 45-degree and y and x axis, then you can say, okay, almost hospital has the similar cost and revenue. This is the point for the question 4. Question 5, comparing hospital net benefit, which hospital has a better performance? To answer this question, first compute the hospital net benefit with this, subtracting hospital costs and revenues, and then use t-test to compare the significant differences in teaching and non-teaching hospital. Okay, this is the point, class. Question 5, need a correction. it should be between for-profit and non-for-profit, right? Non-for-profit. Should hear me better now. Okay, this is a correction here. Make sure to do it, this correction. And okay, we already generated this variable. This variable is your total household net benefit here. This is the variable here. And we already have the t-test, right? And when you run this, when you're answering to the question number 1, so you already have this, you just need to discuss here. And then look at the means and see which hospitals, which type of hospitals has better, higher mean. And then if there is a significant, then you can discuss that type of hospital has a better performance. For example, if you are here and you see, well, let's say $1.5 million, and let's say it's a $1.75 million, and the p-value is 0.003 or even 0.03, you can say, okay, there's a significant difference, and the non-for-profit hospital more likely to have higher benefit. This is type of the answer you should say. Overall, I'm reviewing question number 6. What are the main significant differences between for and non-for-profit hospitals? So then here you just need to look at the p-value and say, for example, you say from 80 different variables, 10 of them is a significant difference, 9 of them is not significant difference, and there, that's the main. And whenever there's a significant differences, you can look at the mean and say, okay, for example, for 3 variables, for example, hospital bed, number of paid employees, I'm just making this assumption, and non-paid employees. For-profit has a better performance than non-for-profit, and for 2 other variables, there's a non-for-profit has a better performance, and because the p-value is 0.05, the difference is significant. This is question number 2. Question number 3 is a long question. Question number 3, we had a similar question in the class. So first thing first, you should look at the Herfindahl index and then discuss the Herfindahl index. For you, okay. Please remember the class. Okay, for this, we do not need to compute, but if you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask. So don't ask any question here. So there is no response for the final exam question. Please remember for the class exercise, should the Herfindahl cast a hospital benefit for this question, make sure to have Herfindahl insurance. So it's already there. So if you're working with the codes, you have no worries about these notes. The code's already fixed. Let's go through the question. Use the final exam data sets and answer the following question. 1. In a short paragraph, explain the Herfindahl index. Okay, you already have this. If you have answered this question and I gave you credit for that in the class, you can copy the same thing here. This is completely fine. Make sure to add a citation if you like to receive 100% for this part section. Compare the following information between hospitals located in high, moderate, and low competitive markets. Answer 1, question 1, what the main significant differences? So here, 2, okay, the main significant differences, we have 3 groups here, right? We have 3 groups here, and the best fit test is the ANOVA test. I already mentioned this. But you can just look at the ANOVA and see if the point less than 0.05, there's a significant difference, right? So this is exactly the same approach we have for question number 1 and 2. What is the impact of being in a high competitive market, health insurance market, on hospital revenue and costs? Okay, then you should look at these two, right? First thing first, look at the p-value. If the p-value is significant, if the p-value is less than 0.05, then at least, this is the point, at least one of the mean is different, right? We have 3 means here. At least one of them is different. You cannot say which of them. If you want to say which of them, you should run a t-test. I never asked you here in this question. The answer is at, okay, the p-value, for example, is less than 0.05, and it does mean that there is a significant differences between all 3 markets, and at least one of the market has a different behavior. So that's type of answer I expected to see here. What about the number of, okay, and the question 2.2, impact of being in a high competitive market. Do you think being in a high competitive market has a positive impact on net cost benefit? Okay, the same thing here. The same thing here. Then you should look at the p-value for the benefit here, right? And look at the high competitive market. And if the p-value is less than 0.05, then look at the high competitive market, moderate, and low, and compare the means. If the means in high competitive markets is the higher means, you can say, okay, the high competitive market more likely to have higher income. So higher benefit. This is type of answer for question 2.3. 2.4, what about the number of Medicare and Medicare discharge? Do you think hospitals in the higher competitive market may more likely to accept more Medicare? So the same thing here, the same thing here. Look at the p-value is less than 0.05, and then discuss the findings, and then look at the means between this Medicare discharge and Medicaid discharge, and compare the means between three markets. What is the impact of other variables? So then again here, you need to look at the p-value. If the p-value is significantly less than 0.05, discuss about this. Note, to answer the last question, please compute the ratio. Okay, I already computed that. You don't need to worry about that. Please support your findings with box plot. Make sure to include the box plot during the class exercise. Whenever you run a code and you have a result, for sure you have a plot. So make sure to include the plots. And okay, this is question number 4. Question number 4, linear regression model. We had a similar question. So there is a difference, slightly different between our studio user and Excel users. Question number 1, 2, and 3, there is exactly the same question for our studio users and Excel users. But for the question number 4 and 5, they are slightly different. So if you are using our studio, use this, and if you are using the Excel, use the second one here. Make sure to look at this if you are using our studio. Don't confuse yourself. Okay. Okay, so run a linear model and predict the differences between hospital bed and hospital ownership and hospital net benefits, or the dependent variable is hospital net benefit, right? Discuss your finding. Do you think having a higher beds have a positive impact on the hospital beds? Okay. Basically, you should report 2 of them, right? These 2 cells. Sometimes you can use an asterisk to show this significantly. If you don't like to report an asterisk, you can report the p-value here. So basically, this should be p-value here for all these questions. Okay, you know how to do that. You just need to report the coefficient for each of them. This is important point. I mentioned in the class, non-for-profit. Non-for-profit is a reference group. Whenever you have a reference group, you don't see any coefficient. Make sure to put a reference on this. Don't report a number on this. Okay. And n on r square, and you know how to compute n, right? N is a k plus 1. It should be degree of freedom plus number of groups plus 1. So I will review that on the example. Model 2, similar to model 1, you just add a new variable, system membership, and then again here, this is a p-value here, right? The p-value here. Or asterisk. I didn't add this because sometimes you can report asterisk is the same. Okay. Model number 3, we have exactly the same in the class. And then, okay, so you just need to report all the coefficients here. Based on your findings, okay, this is the point. Based on your findings, Okay, question number 2, let's say, what was that? Now estimate the impact of being a number. Okay. That's it. If it's significant, you can report the p-value here. You don't need to discuss anything here. Question number 3. Okay, and how do you evaluate the impact of having Medicare on hospital revenue? So then you can see, okay, this is the point in this question. I should go back and look at the codes. Okay, we need to fix the code also. Okay, the first two questions here is the net benefit. The dependent variable is the net benefit, right? For the last question, the dependent variable is hospital revenue. Okay, this is the point. Make sure to change the dependent variable. I believe in the model I submitted in the class, I didn't put anything for model 3. You should include the total hospital revenue. I will show in the RStudio. Okay, I should never mention that because I like to test your skills, but so I'm gonna explain that. Okay, based on your findings, please recommend 3 policies to improve hospital performance. Please make sure to use the final model to your recommendation. Okay, look at this model. Again, here, the reference group is here, right? All of the reference group for non-for-profit is a reference. So you don't need to report this, just but mention that. The recommendation you should look at, I will talk about the recommendation when I'm running the model. The same thing for the Excel user I explained one time in the class, and you can use the same codes I explained in the class video. So you can just look at that for the model question number 4. Slightly different, the hospital bed and teaching hospitals, you should just, for the Excel user, you should filter your data by teaching or is better sort the data sets based on the teaching and non-teaching, and then run model, separate model, run a model for teaching only. Okay, the question model 1 is for teaching hospital. The model 2 is for non-teaching hospital. So then model 1 is for teaching, and then run the second model for non-teaching hospital. The last model, how do you impact in teaching hospital? So the last model is for teaching hospital. So basically for Excel, we have 4 models. For the RStudio, we have 3 models. The reason is because it is not usual to use a dummy variable using in the Excel, and because sometimes, not all the time, sometimes it's possible to use a dummy binary variable in the regression, but it's not recommended. It's better to use a logic model, and for running a logic model, because you should purchase the software. I didn't need you to purchase any other software than general package of Excel. Then so I decided to divide the question to teaching and non-teaching hospital. So then you can run this. For that reason, Excel, just you have a teaching, you have non-teaching. Don't compare your finding in the Excel with the finding in RStudio for the regression model. You cannot see the same results because this is different. Here for teaching, here for non-teaching. So the policy recommendation, for the Excel users, you can look at 1, 2, 3 variable, right? You have teaching and non-teaching, compare model 2 and model 3 and model 4, and see the differences between the impact of hospital beds, the teaching hospital. So, okay, this is the other point. Okay, let me review this model. Probably need to slightly modify this. Hospital beds should, okay. Between hospital beds and hospital net benefit. Okay, here you don't need to report this, just hospital bed. And because you are running the model is something like this, right? Y equals the benefit, and beta naught plus beta 1 bed, right? This is it. You just need to report the beta because the y is a benefit. You cannot see that. The impact is beta 1, the coefficient is beta 1. You should report this. So for this, you just report the hospital beds. Remove the hospital teaching. Remove this from here. Just report the coefficient for hospital beds, but report R square. Maybe it should be better report N and R square. I'm gonna post in the class or you can look at this. I should update this. Dr. Azari, make sure you update. I have to send it to you also to update in your class. Okay, again here, remove the teaching hospital from here. Report N here. The same for here. Okay, report N. So basically there is no teaching and the variable of teaching is not in the model. So for the recommendation, you should look at hospital bed, hospital Medicare ratio and hospital Medicaid ratio. And then compare the teaching and non-teaching. First discuss about the hospital bed. Is there any significant differences? And the direction is a positive or negative. Then you can say, okay, for example, the hospital benefit is related to the number of hospital bed. This is economic model, right? For example, the hospital benefit is a hospital bed is a product, is a supply, right? You have as long as you have more hospital bed, you can provide more service. So you expected to receive higher rate of patients, and then you could provide more service and generate more income, hopefully. And then look at the Medicare and Medicare discuss. So we can say, okay, based on this model, bigger hospital more likely to have, for example, higher benefits. Medicare has a positive or negative. Look at the model impact. And a Medicare, this is 3 recommendation, right? Hospital bed, Medicare, and then the teaching. And compare the model 3 and model 4 and say, okay, if a hospital is a teaching and non-teaching, so I expected to see differences between them. For example, maybe the hospital bed is the same. Probably we can see different pattern for Medicare and Medicare. I'm not sure, but look at the model. Okay, model 5, question 5. Question number 5 is the logic model for the RStudio users. And there is again one regression model for the Excel users. So Excel users have a 2 question with regression, but RStudio user has a 1 question with regression, question number 4, and 1 question with logit model. Whenever we have a binary variable, we are using the logit model. So still you need to report the coefficient because I never asked you to report the out ratio, still waiting with the coefficient, and the RStudio generates for you the coefficient. So you should generate the coefficient standard and p-value. That's it for profit. Non-for-profit, again here, the non-for-profit is a reference group. You cannot see that. Make sure to report a reference. And so look at the n. Look at the n, and you know how to compute the n, right? It's the degree of freedom plus k plus 1, or you can see degree of freedom plus number of variables in the model, including the reference variable. For example, for the ownership, there is a 4 category, right? For-profit, not-for-profit, other, and I think there is one other variable. Let's see, non-for-profit, for-profit, public, and other. There is a 4 category of variable, and hospital is of number 1, 5. So it should be n plus number of variables, or n plus or degree of freedom plus number of group plus 1. So all of them is in the RStudio. You can see that. Report the AIC. AIC is some kind of likelihood as just showing that how. I'm not going through the AIC. I don't like to confuse. So if you'd like to see what's the AIC search mode, we didn't discuss in the class. I'm not going to discuss here. Okay, model 2, the same model. We just now we report the hospital revenue here. So whenever we had the hospital, there is 2 variables for the hospital revenue. For make sure just, I think I already explained the hospital revenue. Yeah, because there's a hospital revenue and the log file for the hospital revenue. That's important for the Excel user. Make sure to include that. I think in your question, probably you have hospital revenue. You have, yes. Make sure to include the hospital revenue, not the log for that variable. Okay, model 3, include all of them, right? So then discuss your findings. You discuss your finding, ask a question, the hospital to improve us in the for-profit and non-for-profit hospitals. So this is a tricky question, right? Because you don't see any coefficient for non-for-profits. The question is, how do you want to evaluate this? Oh, this is the good suggestion. The non-for-profit is a reference group. Everything you are discussing about the for-profit is in comparison with non-for-profit. Basically, you discuss for-profit and then conclude with non-for-profit. For example, if I say the for-profit hospital more likely to have higher hospital beds, right? Because the reference group here is non-for-profits. The opposite side of this is non-for-profit has a lower bed, right? Or you can say in comparison. This is important, maybe words. In comparison with non-for-profit hospitals, in the bracket as a reference group, the for-profit hospital should, okay, first, for example, increase number of beds, develop the hospital. 2, maybe observe more Medicare or Medicare patient, depends on the p-value and depend on the direction of the model. And then, okay, this is 2, right? Hospital beds, hospital revenue, and Medicare and Medicare ratio. So you have 4 elements to discuss, but so basically depend on the direction of the p coefficient, and positive or negative, you can discuss more. If there is a positive, that's good to improve. If it's a negative, it's better to reduce that one. Okay, and this is the policy recommendation, and there's no, okay, I never asked to attach any plots. Okay, the question number 5 for Excel users. Okay, here I think we fixed it here. Okay, yeah, hospital cost, run a member of network, and okay, the number of, okay, run the regression. Okay, you run the regression model here. I compare the Excel. I know it's slightly different to run the logistic in Excel and regression in the Excel. And I'm telling that because some other people maybe like watch this video and they say, okay, why suggested to use a regression Excel? I know there's a 2 package you can install and get a logistic regression, but I didn't ask my student to do that. So I asked him to just run the regression model. So run the regression model, report the coefficient, standard error, t stat, p-value, lower, upper. So between t-value and p-value, even if you can report any of them. So this isn't fine if you just report the p-value. If you don't like to report t-value, that's completely fine with me. I'm not sure about the cause of the class, but answer all the question based on the question in this here. So whenever you run the Excel, everything is there. So it's only a few numbers you report. Second model, run the regression model and using the member network. This is a member of network is the same system membership, and find out its impact on hospital cost and revenue, right? So you have hospital cost and revenue. The dependent variable here is system membership. Dependent variable for model 1 is the same system membership. So remember, for this question, we just running the cost and revenue. We are not including hospital beds. No, even in the first question, we didn't ask hospital. Okay, that's fine. So there's no hospital cost. I'm confusing myself. So you need to order the data, order the variable in the Excel based on the model you like. For example, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? You have 5 main variables you need to use for these models. Number 1 variable, system membership. Number 2 variable, hospital cost. Number 3 variable, hospital revenue. Number 4 variable, hospital Medicare discharge. And number 5 variable, Medicaid discharge. Excel needs you to just order the variable and then run the model. Okay, this is for this, and the recommendation is very similar to the what I have suggested in the RStudio, because the recommendation is the same approach. You look at the coefficient, if there's a significant, and then look at the direction. Is it positive? There's a positive impact. If it's negative, it's a negative impact. So then see, okay, how is the impact of hospital membership, FB membership on the hospital cost, hospital revenue, Medicare and Medicare discharge. Okay. Do you recommend if all of the direction of if the hospital revenue is a positive, this is the point. If the hospital revenue is a positive and significant, you can recommend of being a member of a network. If the hospital revenue is a negative and not significant, you can say this is a negative, but there's no significance. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. We need more data. If it is negative and significant for sure, you can say we are not recommending being a member of the network. So this is for why or why not. And I explained already here, there is a 6 sub questions for question number 6. So I expected to see very short answer for each of them. Overall, all of them not more than. Research question for a study human subject. It's 2 lines. Explain the differences between research process involving human subject and the research process not involving. So it's a paragraph, 3 or 4, 5 lines. Ethical impact, human subject. Okay, a paragraph, 4 or 5 lines. Extend the government of the human subject research is over the, okay, 3 or 4 lines. Example of for not being IRB protocol. Okay, this is example. Make sure to include the citation. Make sure to include the citation for this last question. Okay, these are the questions. Let me go back to RStudio. Class, can you confirm you can hear me? Any response? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I need to go ahead and share my screen, go to the RStudio, right? So we are here, RStudio. Okay. For the final exam, if you already using this Deepler package, if you're already using a Deepler package, you do not need to install the Deepler package, but for sure, okay, this is not Deepler package code. So let me open the codes with a Deepler package. Recent file, okay, Deepler here, no Deepler. Final exam 10.4, okay, I modified that last night. Okay, if you already installed the package, you do not need to install this. So basically just load the package but running the line number 9. If you are, this is the first time you are using, for example, you have been using Excel and decided to move back to switch to the RStudio, then you need to install the package. So first you should unmute this line, okay? You should unmute this line and remove this. Okay, I'm backing to the same situation. Okay, let me just, first thing first, make sure to run this line first only, right? Run this line before doing anything and make sure you have 2000 observation here. If you see any other observation, 3030 observation, you are running a different data sets. That's not the case for the final exam. So 2000 observation for the final exam. The other suggestion, run entire code together, select everything, select all, right? Click here, right click, select all, or press Ctrl A. if you are a Windows user, or press Command A if you're Mac users. Run everything. When you run everything, all the output will be located here in the CUMUC final exam, and I'm sure by now you should have a CUMUC folder. So run all of them together. So as long as you see the plot here, as long as you see this plot here, you have all the results. Okay, go back to all the plots to see you have everything, right? Click here. These are a scatter plot we discussed. Okay, figure number 1, figure number 2, figure number 3 scatter plot, figure number 4 scatter plots, figure number 5a comparing cost, and moderate. What is that? Let's see. Figure 4 we compare cost per cost in moderate versus low competitive, and this is figure number 4a. Okay, high, moderate, competitive. Okay, I think so. The difference is what's the difference is class? Can you tell me? What's the difference between 5a and 5b? Any suggestion? I can't hear any of you.
I'm trying to look and see.
This is A.
The outliers are removed.
Exactly. That's the point, Daniel. It was Daniel, it was Felicia, right? Felicia said that?
It was me.
Okay, Daniel. Okay, it was you. Okay, perfect. It was you, Dana, it was you?
Yes.
Good job. Okay, the outlier removed here. So this is the point for this too. If you run this, you can see all the result here. I can open it. Let me open it and show you here. Where is that? Where is my folder? CUMUC, you should see a file like this. Let me open and see and change it. Let me switch this. CUMUC, I have the final exam, right? This is the final exam. Let me share my screen. You can see here. Okay, I don't expect you have a very busy folder like mine. Hopefully you don't have. This is this, right? This is the final exam. If you open it, can you see this one? Can you see this, or I need to share? Can you see this text file?
Yes.
Okay. This is the final exam. And okay, the point is here. So can you see here? So this is the first question, right? And this is the first question. They say which 6 more variables. If you see something like that, you need to give more space.
Wait, we're still seeing your file.
Oh, you are still seeing my file. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, can you see this one? Okay, this is the final exam. See this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Make sure to compare your number. For 2011, you have 1,078. And for 2012, you have 922. If you have any other number here, any other number, even one differences, you are making some mistake. Make sure to download the code data from the class. This number cannot be changed. 922 for 2012, 107 for here. I'm not talking about a table. I'm talking about this text file. Maybe in the table could be changed because some of them has a missing observation, but you cannot. Some of them should be 2000, right? So this is it. And here, this is, let's review 2 of them. So you can just make sure you have the similar numbers. You have for 2011, you have 229 beds. And my computer rounded that. I remember Daniel asked me one question, how we can round this. If you install the similar pattern, the most recent package, it's automatically will round. Our studio will rounded all the number. If not, you can report exactly the same number you have, or just you can manually round the number. So, or you can even report 1 or 2 decimal. This is up to you how to report. 229, 250. I'm not reviewing the other section. So this is the means. for 2011. This is the mean number of bed for 2012. And this is the with 6 more variable. You need to give more space. You need to give more space too. Okay, you need to give more space here to have this fixed. This is mean, this is a standard deviation, right? And these are the results for the t-test. For example, for hospital bed 2011 and 2012, the p-value is 0.6079. It's not significant. The p-value for employee on payer is a 2.2 e on power of minus 16. It is significant. It's really highly significant. So look at this: 176, 1167 compared to 155. Huge, significant. Not significant. Okay, this is first question, right? As long as you finish the t-test, the second, okay, you have one here, number of observation, right? The first number is 1078 is for teaching, right? Look at this number. Oh, for 2011, 1078. The first set of numbers for 2011. The second set is for 2012. Start with 922 here. The same order as the order in the table. So this is the end. Then this is a second question. The second question here. So you just need to report 2 of them. Look at the note in the codes. Let me go back to our studio codes. Hold on, let me share my screen again to our studio. Can you see? Okay, let me go back to share our studio here. You can see my studio, correct? This, can you see my screen? Our studio? A confirmation, please. I cannot see you. I can hear you only. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, perfect.
I
Thank
forgot
you.
I muted myself again.
Okay. You can give more space here, right? Left and drag it to left and right. So click here, drag it to left hand side. Or you can also give more space here. So you can click here, right? So up, down.
So Professor, I downloaded all of this and I tried to run it earlier, but I received the error message. So at some point, may I share my screen?
I will answer your question, yes, after this.
Okay.
I finished everything.
Okay.
Yes, sure. I not prefer share your screen, but so I will answer your question.
Okay.
Okay. This is the first question. There is a note here, question number 1, right? So the question number 1 is here. The question number 2 here. There is a note here, question number 2, right? And this is a note. 0 is for non-for-profit. 1 is for profit. And the question asks you to report what? The question, any of you have the question in front of you? Can you share? Any of you have the question in front
Which
of you?
question are you asking for, sir?
Question number 2.
Uh-huh.
Ask what? Ask, let me bring here, so I don't like to open it. The question number 2 asks.
It said the t-test results.
No, the question number 2, the question number 2 asks to compare for-profit with non-for-profit, right?
Yes.
Okay. And if you go to the R Studio, okay, let me write here, for-profit, non-for-profit, right?
Yeah, slightly higher.
And the for-profit is the column number 1. The second column number 2. And if you look at the R Studio, there is a note here, right? 0 for non-for-profit, 1 is for-profit. This is the point. 0 is for non-for-profit, 1 is for-profit. If you look at the text file, I need to reshare again. Let me stop. Let me share. If you look at the text file, where is the text file? If you look at the text file, you have 4 set of numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3. You only need these 2. Don't confuse yourself with the other numbers. And number 1, and you should report 243 here for this set of number. for the for-profit and 0. I remember the last time a few students switched this to for the table and all the number was wrong. So you reported everything in the wrong place. Your number is correct, but you reported the wrong place. So make sure this is a 0, non-for-profit. Second set of column, 1 for-profit. This means this is a standard deviation. Let me give you an example to make sure you are okay with this. For-profit, 243 number of beds. Non-for-profit number of beds, 237. For-profit standard deviation, 223 and 207. And this is the t-test results. So for example, there is no significant differences between hospital bed, between for-profit and non-for-profit, 0.65, 0.40, not significant. Most of them is not significant, right? Okay, this is significant. Hospital revenue, significant. Net benefit is significant. Okay, this is the point. If you look at the net benefits, the question asks about the net benefits. And if you look at the means, it's okay, almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is 150, 11 million, 11.5, and this is 31, right? The Y is this one. Non-for-profit more likely to have more benefits than for-profit. This is the answer for that question. Okay, no more explanation here. This is the n, number of observation for the question number 2, and this is the, okay, this is it. Let's me back to our studio. You can watch this video later. So our studio here. Okay, the question number 2, question number 3. It's exactly same as the class, just you need to run an ANOVA test, right? So you can see all of them here, and you have 3 sets of data here: high, 1, and 2. 0 is for high competitive market, 1 is for moderate, and 2 is for low. If you look at the text file, here, okay, 0, 1, 2. Look at the note and look at, these are the means, these are the standard deviation. Okay, can you see this, right? Let me stop and go back to our studio. Okay, again, our studio, share. Okay, this is question number 2. We already worked on this. Question number 3. Okay, this is here. The question number 3 for the section 2.4. You should run a t-test. You should run a regression model, and this is a regression model for that question. So then you should run this regression model and report the results. So to answer to that section, you should run this and discuss your finding. And let me review the section 2.4 for you. Section 2.4 of that question asks you to do what? Any of you have a question in front of you? I have it. Okay.
Okay, got it. Sorry, 2.4.
Okay. What about the number of Medicare and Medicare this year? Do you think also in the high income market would like to access more Medicare and Medicare patient? Class, you can either, for question number 2.4, you can either look at the p value, or you can run a regression model, and then, because the problem with the p-value is that just doesn't give you any information about which hospital performing better, but the regression gives you better result. Anyhow, I'm fine with any of them. Feel free to do that. If you are in the Excel, you just need to look at the p-value. So I'm stay with the p-value even for our studio users. So you have a result there, but you don't need to use that result. Okay, let's back to share, and for our studio, where is that? Here. Okay. Model 4, okay, this is a regression, right? We have 3 model here, and you remember I say I didn't put any variable here. And can you, Dana, read for me the question model 3 in the regression model?
For question, you said question 3, Professor?
Question 3 in the regression model.
Okay, hold on, let me get to my screen.
I have it, I can reshare. I don't like to change it to anything else. For the question number 3, the question asks the impact of hospital bed ownership and system membership and Medicare ratio on the hospital revenue. So the dependent variable here is a hospital revenue. This part of the codes need to be fixed. So make sure the line 764 run this one. Hopefully everyone watch this video and see this. You should add as a variable here. And then you can discuss your findings. So I'm just running this model and hopefully it's not, okay, it's working. Gonna give more space on this and discuss on type of policy you can suggest, right? How can I do this? I have to move this, okay. If you look at this, the impact of hospital bed on revenue is a positive and significant. The impact of owner 1, you should look at the owner number 1. The owner number 1 probably is number 1 is not for profit. Probably this is a for profit, but you should look at this here. 1 for profit, 2 public, 3 other. Being in the for-profit market give you higher, less income. Interesting, and negative and positive, significant. Being in the public markets, public hospital give you lower revenue. It's not significant, so it's not significant. This is other type of hospitals, positive but not significant. So we cannot recommend anything. We can just suggest recommendation based on the positive and significant results. We have system membership is significant, positive. So being in a system membership improve the hospital revenue based on this model. I'm talking about the R studio. Maybe you get a different result in Excel. So that's the point. Medicare ratio is a negative. Medicaid ratio is a positive. So the Medicaid ratio is a positive, but it's not significant. So we can say that being a community with high population of the Medicare, because most community more likely to use the same hospital in the zip code, or at least in the 20-mile distance. These are extra information, so probably you don't need to use that. But so having the higher Medicare discharge ratio reduce hospital revenue, and this is significant. So these are type of findings based on this model. Okay, let's go back to final model. Let's input it here. Model 3, okay, question, last question is here, right? You have all of them. So you see the result here. So I run this to see the result. You should have the same result. You don't expect to see different result than this for the model 3. So this is a type of for example, compare these numbers with yours. I'm gonna run the last one here for the logic model. For the logic model is okay, this is the same. Okay, this is a logic model. We ask a logic to run to report the coefficient. So still we are on the same page. Ownership 1, 2, 3. None of them, interestingly, none of them significant. Only these 2 is significant, right? Hospital bed, significant negative. Okay, that's interesting. It does mean okay, the dependent variable here is the system member. So the system member is a 0, 1. 1 if there is a system, 0 is if not a system. When we run a model, we see system member hospital less likely to have higher hospital beds. So more likely system member hospital is smaller hospital. This is important finding. This is negative, but it is negative. A smaller hospital in the system member. Okay, this is the findings. Less likely hospital bed has an impact on system membership, or if you review from the other side, a smaller hospital less likely to be member of the system. Total revenue, positive. Hospital, but it's very small. Can you see this is 1.9 on power of E minus 9. It's a 0 almost. Hospital revenue is a positive, but not a significant and significant difference, but it's small. It's less than $1. It's nothing. So basically based on this model, the last model, being a system membership has almost no impact on the hospital. So the recommendation is we need more information to discuss about this model, but for sure we can say hospital beds, smaller hospital more likely to be a system membership. This is the findings, and the total hospital revenue is a positive in the system membership too. But we cannot discuss a Medicare discharge because this is negative. Medicaid, this is negative, but those of them are non-significant. Okay, and there is no significant differences between type of hospital. All of them is, for example, all of them is non-significant, but the ownership number 1 is this hospital, non-for-profit, less likely, it's a negative, less likely to be a member of the system. Public and other hospital, more likely, this is a positive, but it's not significant. Okay? Then the AIC is this number, you should report this number. And then, okay, and the number of observation, say 38 observation deleted due to the missing. The number of observation should be 190.61, 9047. So you can report this number. Report a smaller number here, 9047. Okay. Okay, I don't like to confuse you with a number of missing, because the real observation in the data set is a number here plus number of missing. But the regression or logit model is based on the smaller number of sample usually, because even if you have one missing, this and the RStudio will remove entire data for that missing. Okay, this is all about the final exam. Make sure to fix this line. What was the line number? 764. Okay, I'm finished with the final exam review. I'm gonna stop sharing and answering your questions.
Am I allowed to share my screen or no?
Yeah, share your screen.
Okay.
We are still in the process of teaching. Okay.
Okay.
If any of you like to leave the session, this is completely fine. We are fine.
I just have a quick question right before she shares her screen.
Okay.
Are you posting this video or not?
Yes, of course. I will post in the class.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Sure. Okay. What the problem is, Dana?
Okay. When you scroll down, I had when I believe I have the right file, right?
Yes.
Okay. I had some.
You should scroll up.
I'm at the end. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. I had an error. There.
You know, the error. This is the error of the program. RStudio can run with 50, less than 50 errors. So this is fine.
Okay, so that's not my error.
No, if you click the plot and you have the final plot, this is fine. Click on the plot.
I didn't have it earlier.
What happened?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It never showed up.
Can you click on the back and let's see? Did you look at the text file to see if is it fine? Can you take a look at text file?
Tell me where to.
See, go to the CUMUC and then.
Okay. Hold on, Kai. Let's see, where's my.
I actually got the same error as well.
Not here.
Okay,
It looks to
sorry.
be fine in the notes.
I may have to mute you on and off. I apologize.
Yeah. Okay, sure, no problem.
Can you still see my?
Yes,
Are you
you
still
can.
able to? Okay, I'm sorry for the noise.
No problem. Okay. Minimize your computer, go to the folder of UMUC and then show the full text file. Don't open through the RStudio. Minimize this one. Okay, I cannot see your folder. You should reshare again. And okay, you have everything here. So what is this? Figure number 1, host of beds and revenue. Okay, click on the other. Okay, did you run again?
I think this is an old exercise. This is exercise 4. This plot is from exercise 4, right?
I believe so.
Yeah,
yes.
That's old. That's not what I want. I wanted to get my. Well, it says final exam here, but it's still showing me the exercise 4 plot.
No, you are okay. Of course, you can. Okay, can you do something else? Mute the line 1 and run entire code. Let's see everything here. Shift. Okay, and select everyone and run. Let's see what's happening here.
Everything else, right?
Yes. You can press Ctrl A.
I always do it the hard way, don't I?
Okay, no problem.
Oh my goodness.
This is a long file, so why you are not going with the short? Press Ctrl A, Dana. Go with the short key. Yes. Select the R. Press
there we go. Okay. Now run.
Yes, click on run and let's see the results.
Okay.
Okay, you don't have a per capita bed. What happened?
Something's missing, right?
Yes.
I don't know what though.
You don't have the per capita bed. Why you don't have the per capita bed?
I don't know. Here we go. Yeah, that's what's missing.
Can I see line 30 in your codes?
30?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. $30. Here we are. Per capita bed, hospital bed.
Can you run this line only?
Just only 30, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
You have this one.
Yeah, it's there. I don't know why I'm getting the.
No, your computer was running the code, so I'm not sure you are running. Okay.
But I have a question mark for my plots.
Okay, Dana, do something. Yes. So just close the file, close the RStudio, and open the RStudio again.
Okay,
don't save anything.
Okay, because this is how I lost my other work. I closed and didn't save it and lost it.
It will not lose anything because as long as you have the code, I don't need anyone to change any piece in the code. So close this one.
So just X out here, correct?
Exit, I cannot see, but exit from here and open. Yeah, okay. Yeah, close RStudio and then open it again. Okay. Don't save.
Don't save. Okay.
Okay. Close it. Press OK. Press OK.
Oh, I think I did.
I think you just close it. You didn't. Okay. Don't save. Don't save. What happened?
I don't know. Gosh, I don't know. Oh gosh.
Okay. Close the code.
Okay.
Close the code and open the code only. Can you close the code only? No, code is in the code panel. Can you cancel this one?
Cancel.
Click on the code panel.
Code.
Do something. Dana, do something else. Just run entire code one more time, except line.
Okay.
Oh, I see the point.
You do?
Go, yeah, go to the number one. Go to the first line.
Okay.
And see that. Okay. Run line 12 only.
12. Okay.
To make sure you have the correct data set. It will not run because you didn't include first piece.
I didn't.
No. Okay, do something else though. Go and run number 8, line 8 till line 13.
8 to 13?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dana, you should always start with the beginning of the code. So go to the very end of the code.
I need to open up my space some?
Yeah.
Is that the problem?
Yeah. So, and
Is that better?
Scroll on the left.
Okay.
Oh, don't. Okay, scroll on the left in the code. You are in the middle of the code. Can you scroll on the left?
Let's see.
Here.
There we go. Okay.
Now run line 9 till 14 and 15. Okay, run this line. Okay, run this one.
All the way down? Oh, just till 15, right?
Scroll down more.
Okay.
Highlight more, scroll down to see the table with hospital. Scroll down here, stay here.
Okay.
Yes, run. Okay, run. Okay, go to the end of the brackets. You cannot stay in the middle of the codes. Yes, here.
Oh.
Okay.
Let me go back up.
Okay, run this one.
Okay.
Your computer is still working.
It says warning message, no sync to remove.
No, your computer is not working. It's still working. So it's the previous comment.
Okay.
Can you scroll down to see the values? Okay, your code is still running.
That's the end. Let me go up.
Okay, is it still running? Oh, no, scroll down. You are
Okay.
scroll down. For some reason, your computer is not working. It's still in the first part. Okay.
Did I not highlight something? Or?
Press one more time and click on the run one more time.
Okay. No.
Not working. Deselect the code and run line 12 only.
Okay. 12 only?
12 only.
Okay.
Okay, and then scroll down and run line. Not here in the code. Scroll down, scroll down. Scroll down. Line 28.
28, okay. 28. Okay.
Run this one. Okay.
Oh no.
What happened?
I don't know. I was thinking I was going to get my plots when I ran it initially before the session and nothing.
Okay, Anna, Anna, Dana, you should exit the code. So I have a colleague, her name is Anna. Okay. Okay. Close the RStudio and open it again.
Okay. Don't save, right?
Don't save, close it.
Okay. It's like it's stuck.
For any reason your studio is stopped working. That's exactly what's happening. You should restart the program. But
okay, so let me.
As long as you have the data, you can run the codes. There is no you don't need to do any modification. Anyone else can run the code and give me the results.
Want me to stop sharing?
Yeah, please.
So someone else can? Okay.
Yeah, even maybe then you need to reset your computer and back, or just you need to reconnect to the Zoom. If you reset, you're gonna lose this Zoom, right? So, or you can stay, or you can call over the phone, reset your computer to listen to the discussion, and then back to the session. But as long as you have the code and data,
I'll be
are-
fine.
You're fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Someone else like to run the code? Okay, go ahead, Jenna.
So this is what I have.
Okay.
Let's see. So I just ran, I was going ahead with you and I ran line 28 and this is what I
Janelle,
got.
do you like to just mute the first line and run entire code?
Okay. Mute this one.
Yes, please. Did you fix line 764?
I did. 764.
Yeah, you fixed it. Okay, please
Yeah.
run everything. Please run everything. Press, okay, yeah, that's it. You should have no error, right?
No error.
That's it. So the code is working. So based on this, I'd like to show the
But
class
wait,
that,
I got that.
no, the reason, do you know what the reason is? You should know by now. What's the reason for this?
I need a, wait,
No, read the message.
no sync to remove.
Yeah, did you open the sync?
No.
Because
No.
we
The
muted
first
it.
line is muted.
Because
Yes.
we muted
Yes.
it, yeah.
Okay, then, so that's the reason. You want to unmute the code and run again? You will never receive that message.
Okay.
Okay. Is anyone here working with Mac in the Zoom now? It was error. You can ignore that error. Do you want to scroll up to see what was the error? Or maybe class will see the similar error, so we can explain that. You don't need to take chance. What was the error? Okay, here there's 20 warnings. You know, our studio can work with less than 50 warnings, so this is fine.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it. You have the code. You want to go to your CUMUC and look at the final exam text file?
Oh, I
Yeah,
had it.
here.
Oh, I guess I closed it. I had it open, but okay.
Yeah, please click on this.
closed.
I like to say this is final exam. That's it. You have everything. Can you scroll down? Okay, here. So there's it with 7 more variables. You need to give more space, right, to see all the variables.
Okay, give it in here or in my R studio?
In our studio, because if you give more space and rerun again, because this is the place most of the class gonna have a problem. Give as much as a space as possible and run the code and then back to the same. Okay, now run the codes. And then, okay, wait a minute and then go and look at the CUMUC. Still wait, it's still working. Here you go, go to the CUMUC and open it. Okay, so here, probably you should have everything. Can you zoom? Okay, I click and just extend it. Yep. Go up. With 2 more variables, you need to give more space.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Okay.
Give as much as possible space.
Okay.
The other option is change the font. So run this. I think it's much easier. Run this and then, okay, you should close the sync comment. So that's one. Probably this will be replaced.
Close it?
No, not this one. I mean the text file. Open the CUMUC text file. Open it 621. Okay, this is running right now. And zoom out to see if you have everything. Here you go. You have everything, right?
Right.
That's it. Okay. Okay, class, it's working in my computer, it's working in one other computer, so the codes and data is fine. So if you have the download the code and the data, you can see exactly the same result. Please unshare your screen. So,
okay.
You have any other question for me? You didn't have, I asked you. Thanks so much for
yeah.
this. Okay. Anyone here working with a MacBook? No. Okay, I like someone in the Mac run the codes. Dana, do you want to try and back, or just I still have time? I can
Sure.
wait. So,
sure. So I need to just start from the beginning, right?
you should close your R Studio. Okay, go share your screen. I will show you how to do that.
Okay.
While she's doing
You
Okay,
ask,
Professor, I had one
sure,
question
sure,
about
go ahead.
exercise 5. Are you gonna get, or are you posting the grades anytime soon? So I can make sure I didn't make any mistakes on that one, so I don't repeat it on the exam.
You broke up. You say what I'm doing. I'm gonna post the grade for them. It was a
For
question.
exercise 5, I just wanted to know if you're
I'm
posting the
gonna
grade
submit
anytime
all
soon.
the grades tonight, so you will not
Okay.
have any. If you didn't receive any grades, so let me know. Sure. Yeah, you need that to see how
Okay.
did you work. I agree. Yeah, sure. I'm
Right.
gonna do that tonight.
Thank you.
Have you finished the team project, Gerald?
I have
Okay.
yes, we have. We're working on the edit to submit tonight.
Okay, that's good. So you're gonna have one more day to work on the final exam.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Okay, Dana, let's go.
Okay.
What's your question?
Okay.
Dana, do you press Control Alt Delete together on your computer? Control Alt Delete.
Okay. You see me still? Can you still see me?
I see. Whenever you press Control Alt Delete, go to the
Yeah.
task and then close the RStudio from that. Can you see the
Under
task?
Task Manager?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Find RStudio and close that.
Okay. It's here. So I just click on it and end it this way?
Yes.
Okay.
I cannot
Hey,
see
Dr.
what.
Sorry. I just
Hello,
want to
Dr.
know.
Hi, Dr.
Hi.
Azadi. Hi.
I just want to let you know I'm on the line. Do you need me or anybody has any question?
No, I appreciate you are here. Thank you so much. Any question from class, Dr. Azadi class? Daniel, are you with? I think you are from Dr. Azadi class, right? Daniel. Daniel is muted.
I'm here. Yes.
Okay. Daniel, do you have
No,
any question for Dr. Azadi?
no, I'm still just kind of looking through the
Okay.
code.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Azadi, for being here. So,
thank you.
yeah, sure. You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Okay, Professor. I'm here. I'm at our studio. So I just highlighted to
No, I need you to close the RStudio.
Okay, so I'm under Task Manager and I see our studio here, but how do I close it out under Task Manager?
Click on that and end the program. Can you see?
In Task.
Yes.
Okay.
Click on R and see. And okay, here you go. You close the RStudio. Now open the RStudio again.
Okay. Screen sharing has stopped as the share window is closed. Okay. So let me share you again.
Okay.
And where's my RStudio? I have to let's see. Let's share. And let me go, let me X this out. Go here. And then I go up.
You can type RStudio and type here to search and find it.
Okay. I think I'm good.
Okay, you open it.
Okay.
Okay, now open okay, this is the codes, right? Okay, so go to the first line.
Okay.
Okay, mute the
line 1.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay, so
it's already muted.
Select all of them and run.
Okay. Control A.
Yes.
Control A.
And run. Let's see the results. Oh, it was a lot of error. You can see everything. You can see the result yet. Click on the plot panel on the plot function.
Okay.
Let's see this.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Finally.
Yes. And can you scroll up to see what was the first error message in your computer?
Let's see.
Go up. You have everything here. So go up. I'd like to see what was the error.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
No, it's not important message. Go up.
Okay.
Go up. You have there's a go up.
Here. Continue.
It's not important. Go up.
Okay.
Error object not found. No, okay, it's not important.
Okay.
Okay, go off. Object T9 not found. Scroll up. Model. Yeah, that's a problem with it. I know what is go. Okay, what's the problem? Error in the model framework formula. Okay, go up. This is a system error, not a problem. Okay.
I was getting the same problems when I was working with.
Okay, Daniel. Probably. Have you installed recently the Diplo package?
I don't know.
You know, as long as you can see the plots and the results, so ignore that type of error.
So as long as we get the results for the Herfindahl, it's okay?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't giving me anything when I was having problems with the last assignment. And that's why I was asking.
If you cannot see any problem, if you cannot see any result, but you still can read the data and see the name of variables, and then you should go up and see what was the first time that you see the problem and look at that error.
So if sorry, Danielle, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You good.
So if I highlight my Diplo package here, that should wipe away all the errors.
Why do you want to do that?
Well, I thought that was what was causing the error, but it's not.
Yeah, you know, Dana, let's don't look at that. I don't need you to change anything in your computer. You're gonna be, you know, it's gonna be change everything inside.
I don't want to do that.
So this is not a good time to change anything in your computer.
I did it before too. Yeah, trying to fix it.
Okay. Now deselect the sync, and let's have everything in the sync. Okay. Deselect the code. And
unmute.
Okay. Give as much as possible a space to this and run.
Okay.
Go to the very, very end. Okay, now run the entire code.
Okay.
Select everything and run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Control A.
I like to make sure you have everything in your text file. What was What was?
I saw an error. Yeah, numeric.
No, it was 3030 observation. Let's look at the text file.
Okay. Still running, or is?
No, it's running. It's running.
Okay. There were 12 warning signs. Use one to see.
Okay. Mr. Running. So you need to go after we finished here. You need to go to the CUMUC and see TXT file. Okay, go to the CUMU. So minimize the RStudio. Go to the CUMUC.
Okay.
And open the CUMUC text file.
Are you still able to see?
I can see, yes. I know the only problem is my computer. I have to reshare everything. So all of your computer, probably the reason is because I have 3 monitors here.
Okay.
Okay. CUMUC.
Here's my file. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Click on the final exam, the 3rd file. Open this, the 3rd one.
We got right here, right?
Yes, let's open
it
and see.
Okay.
Double click, open it. Let's see how many. Okay, Daniel, tell me what the problem is with your file.
With mine, I said before, when I had a problem, it was on this.
Dana, stay here. Look at this and let me know what the problem is with this file. Look at 2011 and 2012 observation.
Oh, the numbers are wrong.
The numbers are wrong right there.
It should be 1078 and 922.
Yeah. Why is it wrong, Dana?
It's reading from the other data set. It's not reading from the one.
Yes.
It's reading the 3030. It's not reading the 2000.
Okay, Dana, I believe you did not download the data. You renamed it current data to the final exam.
So it mixed it up, it crossed?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Do you want to go? Okay. Okay, go to the CUMUC. Close this one. Close this one.
Okay.
Go to the CMUC. Okay, here. Do you have a final exam here, right? No, the Excel file. The Excel file. Where is the final exam?
I don't think I saved it. I think I put it in RStudio and didn't save it.
No,
that's why it's not showing up here. So now I need to go back in and save it, and then.
It's not possible.
It's not possible to do that?
No. Can you
Oh,
go to the CUMUM? Can you go to the RStudio?
okay. Okay.
CUMUC HMGT final exam. Where is this file? See, you say CUMUC. Can you go back?
Line number 12. You have to find that package.
Here?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Find that package.
You see CUMUC. Okay, where is the CUMUC? Can you open the CUMUC, Daniel? Dana?
I'm
No,
confused.
no. Go to your folder. They're the same folder. C.
Okay.
Go to drive C folder. UMUC. Okay, here.
Okay.
This
My
is where is
UMUC file is here.
Okay, this is, but I cannot see the final exam file on this. This is really interesting.
It's not there.
No.
Can you click on the top of your file under this PC above that, the above line? Click on the at the very end on this UMUC.
Right here?
No, the other file. Can you see the UMUC here? Click here. Right
here.
Right after C.
Okay.
Right after C. No on the C. Right after UMUC. After
where
that.
the arrow is. The arrow
Here.
between the C and the UMUC.
You know, if you click, okay, find the UMUC. Okay, go to the C of the UMUC and click on that.
Here?
Yes, click on this. And okay, this is super interesting. Okay.
It'll take me to do this. It'll take me.
Me too. Don't feel bad. Things like
okay.
Goodness.
So, okay, go to the class, Dana, and download the data. I'm not sure. For some reason, the file is hidden in this. I don't know why. But
I don't know why either. I don't know why either. Okay, so let me go back to the way that I got the file. I went under
go to the content, week 8 final exam.
Okay. Content. My computer is super slow too.
That's fine. We have time. I blocked 2 hours my time. I still have 25 minutes.
Okay.
Click on the content top here. Go to week 8 final exam.
Okay. Is it because I went in under
I don't know what happened for some. Go scroll down to see it. Okay, here week 8. Okay, where's the final exam here?
Okay.
It's also under assignment. I got it from assignment.
That's what I did as well. I went under the assignment folder.
Go to the content week 8 and look at it. You should have 2,000 observation.
Here we go. Here we go.
Download the second file. No, this
data.
is yes. Download. Click save as. You open the save. Okay, save.
Save as.
CUMUC. No, click. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, save here.
Okay.
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 Close this one and go back to the RStudio.
Okay.
Okay. Go back to the RStudio.
Okay.
And run line 12.
Okay.
Scroll down the code, in the code, you are in the console, in the code. Go to the codes, Dana, go to the codes and deselect line 12.
Deselect line 12, okay.
Scroll down.
Okay.
Scroll down.
I can't get to it because my screen is so wide. I can't see where I'm moving.
I see. Okay, scroll down. I'll try it.
Let me see. Let me close it a little bit so I can see. There we go. Because I couldn't see what I was doing.
I see. Okay, scroll down and run line. Okay, go. No, don't go so fast. Go up,
Okay.
go up, go up. Run line 28.
Okay.
Line 28. Okay. Why can't I see this? What's happened here?
I don't know.
Okay, can you show me the data panel in your computer?
Okay. How do I get back to that?
Oh, minimize the yeah. There's a can't just no. Stay with our studio switch.
Okay.
The
On
top
right hand,
panel.
yes.
The top right-hand panel. Just drag down where it says plots. Drag it so then that way you can see that top right-hand panel. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Here.
Yeah. In the top right of where it says environment, history, and connections, hit the one to the left. Keep going. No, keep going. To the right, to the right, to the right. That one. And then drag it. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can see.
Okay. Okay. And click on the environment.
Okay.
Okay. Go up. Okay. You have the correct data. It should work now.
Okay. So I'm going back to line 28 again?
No, just run all of them one more time. Okay. The sync is open, right?
I think so. Let me go back to line 1 and check.
Okay, run all of them together and then let's see if you have. Okay, run everything. Should work. Save.
No error so far.
No, it doesn't show here. Usually,
No?
when you look at the sync comments, you cannot see most of the error. Okay, believe everything is fine.
There are my plots.
Yeah, you have a plot. Okay, go to the CUMUC and open the final exam text file.
Okay.
It probably should work one more time. Okay, click on the third file. It's 639. That's it. And this is correct.
Okay, finally.
Yes.
Okay. How do I save this and don't lose it?
It is saved already in your computer.
Okay, so I have some exercises duplicated or somewhere because 4 and 5 are completely lost and I had to go back and rerun and I don't know.
Okay, Dana, can you scroll down a little bit more?
Shall I minimize this or get rid of it?
No, no, zoom out, not minimize it, to maximize it.
Okay.
Here, can you see this with 6 more variable? Can you see that?
If I scroll down?
No, it's right in the middle.
You should give more space to the, here, the bottom side. That's with 6 more variable. Right here. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Close this one.
Okay.
Okay, go to the RStudio.
Okay. Close this as well, correct?
Yes, close. Done. Okay, they can close this and give more space to the. Give more space. Go to the dragon, the very end, and run everything again. So run everything again. Okay. Okay, should have everything here. So you have already all the codes, all the data in your computer. So you just need to look at them and populate a table. I'm sure it's going to be okay.
Okay. If not, I'll be emailing.
I now supposed to answer any final exam question. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna be emailing too. Don't feel bad.
Okay. I'm trying to convince myself to don't answer any final exam question, but I cannot trust even myself.
Even if we're crying.
Okay.
Because I'll go to run it and the whole screen will be red and I will just screenshot it to you and be like, yeah, I need help.
Okay. Okay, Dana, do you want to open the codes? I like to make sure you have everything. So, and then
Okay.
close the, and then, okay, and then mute the sync command. You will not replace that with anything else.
Okay.
Mute this one
Okay.
and save the codes. Save the
Mute
code.
and
Save.
save.
Okay, save. Okay, so I'm sure even if you run it one more time, it will not impact on your sync. Go to the CUMUC and look at the text file. You have everything. So do not email me. You have everything here. Okay. Okay, final exam, number 3.
Right here, right? 642?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Everything is there, right? My
Maximize
numbers are
this.
now correct. 1078, 922. Okay.
I like to see you have entire observation.
Okay. Let me maximize here.
Okay, maximize it.
Okay.
With 2 more variables. So okay.
Okay.
No, you still have 2 more variables, Dana.
So
why should I have to do? Okay, close this one. I know what you have to do. Close this one.
Okay.
Okay, go to the RStudio.
Okay.
Go to the unmute the comment.
Okay.
Okay, click on the top, click on the tools, very top.
Okay.
Click on the tube, go to the global option, the last one.
Okay.
Change the font. Make
yes,
it smaller.
exactly.
I had to do that. Yeah.
Exactly. Click on the global function.
Where'd it go?
It's off.
It's loading.
Yeah,
There we
here.
go.
Okay.
Okay.
And change the font to appearance. Click on the appearance.
Okay.
The third one. Okay, here. And change the font to 8, probably.
8?
Yeah, 8. Yes, 8.
Okay.
And okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now run entire code one more time.
Okay.
For sure, you're gonna be fine. Okay.
Looks okay. Still running.
Yeah, it was not a problem with running. The problem was with the font. So okay. I need to make sure you have everything there. So, and you know how to see the plot, correct? You should.
So I just pull it back over and go to my plot screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Go to the CUMUC and let's see your file.
Okay. I
need a class to watch this if you have a similar problem so you can see how to fix this. So there is no, okay, zoom out, expand it to see. Okay. You have everything, Danny.
Okay.
Dana, okay.
Okay.
So you are good. So make sure to just look at them carefully, populate your table, and then, and you're good to go.
Okay.
Okay, so please stop sharing if you don't have any question. Okay. And everything is here, so you have everything here. So go back to your code and mute the sync comment. Okay. I don't like to just run by mistake and lose everything here.
Okay.
Okay, go to the line 1 and mute the sync. And you didn't purchase the mouse. I'm sure you didn't get the mouse. Okay, mute this one. Okay, save it.
Okay, save. Save it.
Okay. Don't save as save.
Oh,
please.
Just save.
Yes, save. Yes.
This. Okay.
Don't generate a new file.
Hit cancel.
Cancel.
Yeah. Okay.
And click on save.
Yes. Okay, you are good, Anna. Thank you. So that was great.
Woo!
Okay, stop sharing and let's see if you have any other question.
Okay.
I'm gonna always remember you, Donna.
I'm not alone. Thank you.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Okay, it was a pleasure meeting all of you, and it was a great class. I'm sure you learned a lot about the different package statistics. So keep up good work. Do it as soon as possible. Submit your final exam. Don't wait to the last minute. the chance for the students who submitted the final exam, I not promise. I may look at that, and if there's a major problem, I can send the feedback to resubmit the file. I'm not promising that, but I will try. So there's a chance for you if you submit it early. I will look at that on Wednesday night. Any submission, I will grade any submission for the final exam. And if there's a major problem, I can get the feedback and you have a chance to resubmit by Sunday. So it's better for you.
Before the 13th?
Exactly.
Before the 13th, okay.
So it's better to final everything. So.
Okay.
Okay, and Daniel, do you have any question, general?
I think I'm good.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and
I think I'm good until I get stuck.
Okay. Okay, thank you, class. We have 12 minutes. If you have any question, I promise to stay till 7. That's fine with me. Otherwise, you have a good weekend. You still have it's wonderful weather here. Hopefully you have that. Okay.
Oh, I had one clarification.
Okay.
Are two of the tables on the paper the same? Do we just copy the data? Because I think the table for question 2 and question 1 looks the same, or maybe I'm overlooking a minor difference. Do we just copy the figure over to both tables?
It's not the same. Table 1 is for 2011 and 12, and table 2 is for non-for-profit and for-profit. Oh, the labeling is a problem. You are right. Description teaching, no, this description between for-profit and non-for-profit, the labeling is a problem. You can see that. Okay, that's a good point. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
Okay, this is an important point. Let's see, because this is different. If you look at this, you know, the label is different. I just fixed this. It was like this. It's me back. It was this one. Oh, come on. The first one is for teaching for 2011-12. The second one is for profit and not for profit. Right. You should fix this.
Okay, I see now, because we fixed it in the question, so we need to fix it for the table as well.
I'm gonna upload in the class to make sure everything is fine. Okay. And I think everything is here. So it was some point with Excel users, and some point with because we removed the teaching from the Excel users. Okay, thank you for the point. This is an important point. Okay, any other question?
No.
Okay, great. Okay, Janelle, any other question?
No, sir. I think that's all.
Daniel, any other question?
I think I'm good. I was taking notes as you were talking.
Okay, great. Jenna, do you have any question? Okay. Oh, she's muted. Okay, thank you, class.
No, I don't have any.
Okay, excellent. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for being here. And okay, please keep up good work. And we are finished.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Finger crossed.
All the best, everyone.
Fingers crossed. Okay, good luck, everybody.
Yes. Okay.
Fingers crossed, Donna. We got this.
Okay.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, class, this is the end of live session. Goodbye.